Learning a new language is finding the courage to express yourself, even if imperfectly. A good story inspires us and gives us the vocabulary to do just that. Today's narrative is about the courage to share, and it is also your chance to improve your English with a liberating lesson. We romanticize the idea of the genius who works in secret, polishing their masterpiece for years, waiting for the perfect moment to reveal it to the world. But what if, in our quest for perfection, we turn our best work into a prisoner, locked in a golden drawer, beautiful, but useless, and never heard? This is the story of Steve, a brilliant musician that no one had ever heard, a master of creating silent masterpieces. In his home studio in Cold Spring, Steve was a god, a sonic genius who, in his private sanctuary, created entire universes with sound. His melodies were complex, his harmonies moving. There was just one problem: no one had ever visited these universes. His music, brilliant and full of soul, existed only on his computer, a silent symphony. The reason was his obsessive quest for perfection. His debut album had been in production for 5 years. He would spend weeks adjusting a single drum sound, days trying to find the perfect vocal take, hours refining a mix that already sounded flawless to any other ear. Each song was always one tweak away from being ready, a tweak that never came to the world and to himself. Steve called this high standards or artistic integrity, but in reality, it was a very sophisticated form of fear. Fear of judgment, fear that the reality of the music, once released into the world, would not live up to the perfect vision he had in his head. And so, to protect his masterpiece, he kept it as a prisoner. The interruption to his perfectionist cycle came in the form of his 16-year-old niece, Grace, who came to spend the weekend. Grace was the personification of Steve's opposite. If he was silent perfection, she was imperfect and loud joy. Her dance videos on TikTok were created, posted, and shared in a matter of minutes, full of energy and without fear of being a little out of sync. With the fearless curiosity of her generation, she invaded his sanctuary. "Ethan, Uncle Steve, can I finally hear one of your secret songs?" she asked. Hesitantly, feeling strangely vulnerable, he agreed. He played one of his almost ready tracks, one he considered to be just 3 small adjustments away from perfection. For at least 6 months. Grace's reaction was instant and pure. She didn't analyze the mix or the song structure. She felt it. She started to nod her head to the rhythm, a smile spreading across her face. When the song ended, she looked at him with genuine admiration and asked the question that would start the change. "This is amazing," she said. "Why isn't it everywhere?" Grace's question made Steve retreat to the safety of his technical jargon. "Well," he began, "it's not ready yet. The drum compression on the chorus isn't right, the vocal needs a bit more shine, and the reverb." He went on, listing a series of microscopic flaws that only he, in his sonic universe, could hear. Grace looked at him, her brow furrowed in confusion. She didn't understand any of that language. Instead of replying, she took out her phone, opened TikTok, and showed him her latest dance video, which already had 10,000 views. "Look," she said, pointing at the screen. "Here, I'm a little out of sync, and the lighting isn't great." Then looked from his expensive speakers back to his face and said the words that would break the spell. "This isn't perfect," she said, "but I shared." People connected with the energy, with the fun. Your perfect song is in there. Just for you. My imperfect video is out there for everyone. She paused and finished with the simple, brutal logic of her generation. What's the point of a song that no one can hear? These words haunted Steve. That night, he didn't sleep. Sitting in his studio, he looked at the hundreds of audio files on his computer, no longer as a work in progress, but as a cemetery of silent perfection. The next day, moved by a mix of panic and a new, fragile courage, he made a decision. He sat down in front of his computer, chose one of his favorite 90% ready tracks, and, before he could overthink it, before the voice of perfectionism could scream its vetoes, he uploaded it to an online music platform. With his heart in his throat, he clicked publish. There was no viral explosion, but something more valuable began to happen. A small, but extremely positive, wave of comments and messages started to arrive. "This song made me feel less alone today. Thank you. What a beautiful melody. It touched my soul." And reading those words, Steve felt a relief that no perfect mix had ever given him. The feeling of having his music in the world, alive, interacting with people, was liberating. He realized that the true reward was not in the pursuit of perfection. It was in the miracle of connection. Steve's journey from silent genius to connected artist teaches us a liberating lesson. Perfection is a mirage in the desert, always seeming close, but keeping us paralyzed and thirsty. His story shows us that good enough, when shared from the heart, is infinitely more powerful than the masterpiece that lives forever in a drawer. His lesson is an invitation to look into our own secret drawers and ask, what song, what idea, what project, what dream are we keeping hidden, polishing it endlessly for fear that it isn't perfect, and to consider the courage to, perhaps, share it with the world, even if it isn't ready yet. If this story about the courage of being good enough resonated with you, leave a comment below, like and share the video so this message can find other creators trapped in their own drawers. And don't forget to subscribe for more stories that teach us to break free from our own prisons. Until next time, stop polishing and show your work to the world.